Hi everyone, Anissa here, and I wanted to do this video to talk to you all because I'm really excited and kind of keyed up right now. It's been a very long day. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night right now, and my day started out about 9 o'clock this morning. But I've just gotten back from a job site and just had a really neat experience with this client, and I wanted to share it with you. As most of you know, probably watching the video, that I do restoration work, and I work on people's homes after they've had a tragedy like a flood or fire or something like this. But what I'm about to share with you, you can use no matter what your business is, as long as you have clients that you want to sell something to. I don't care if it's pencils you sell, how to lose belly fat, you do restoration work, clean carpets, sell poodles. I don't care what it is. This is just so key to get. The biggest part of our marketing is, marketing is very much changed in the past few years. And the big thing is you want to build a relationship with your potential client. And the best way to build a relationship, the really only way to build a relationship, is to make a connection. And the stronger that connection is with your client, the better relationship that you're going to have with them. And I just had a really cool experience tonight. We went about 4 hours away, driving just one way to a job site, Travis and I. And this family had a fire. Today is December 21st, by the way, 4 days until Christmas. And so they had a chimney fire. The majority of the roof's gone. It's probably gonna have to all come off the roof. The contents actually aren't very bad inside. They stink, but there's not a ton of smoke and soot. It's probably a medium light smoke and soot inside, but the odor's really bad. So everything needs to be cleaned. We're gonna deodorize and that sort of thing. But when I first got there, now this client has never met me. I'm actually working through a subcontractor that's gonna do the reconstruction work. So there's been a small introduction on the phone by this subcontractor, but she's never met me. I've never met her. She's never even heard my name before. Mobile Clean, Firehouse Education, nothing. So I walked up when I got out of my car, and the first thing I did was reached out my hand. Now I came in my, my normal scrub uniform and my badge saying who I am, and I walked up and I held out my hand, introduced myself. She said her name, and I said, "I'm so happy to meet you, and I'm so sorry that it's for this reason." And she said, and I looked her right in the eye, and she said, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I just looked at her. I let go of her hand, and she said, I said, "How are you doing?" And she looked me right in the eye, and she said, "I'm just taking it one day at a time right now." Now, this fire happened 2 days ago, so now she's on the third day, okay? And I said, "Well, at least you have a plan." And she smiled. And it was like instantly, right then, there was a small connection. She really got present to, I'm not just showing up to your job. I'm not just here for your insurance check. I'm here because I want to know how you're doing. And I care. And I want to know what I can do for you. She got all that in just that minute or two. And if I hadn't been paying attention, really looked her in the eye and listened to what she said, I would have missed that moment, which is critical. So anyway, we wound up going in the house, walking through. She toured me. When we got up to the front door, before we actually went in the house, though, I was putting my booties on my feet, and I said, "So, Vicki, tell me the story. Tell me what happened." And she did. And then I shut up. I didn't say anything for several minutes, just let her talk. She walked me through the house, showed me where the fire started, what happened, the fact that her neighbor ran over and saw the flames coming out her roof. She didn't even know the house was on fire. She's inside getting ready for work, doesn't even know her house is on fire. The neighbor runs over and warns her. And then she got out of the house, called 911, and finished telling me the story, even about the fireman getting stuck in her driveway because it's so icy. And I just listened to her. I let her get it off her chest. Now, she's very freaked out at this point. She's already had a contractor show up, a restoration contractor show up, that her adjuster had recommended. They show up and wanted to, now, if you remember, I told you that most of the roof's gone. It burnt up 3 inside parts of her wall. There's wires hanging from her ceiling. When you walk in, there's huge holes, wires burnt into hanging. And this contractor, the first thing they wanted to do within the first 20 minutes that they got there was fire up the furnace to see if they could get power to it. Now that blows my mind for multiple reasons, okay? Like, I don't want to heat in this house while there's contents in there and I'm not processing yet. And hello, we have fire in the attic, wires burnt, and we're going to turn on and the homeowner is going, this doesn't quite sound right. She goes, wait a minute. You're gonna start the furnace, but is that safe? And you know what they told her? They said, you know what? We know what we're doing. That was their exact words. And she said they put their hand up just like that. We know what we're doing. So basically they told her to shut up and butt out. It just blows my mind that someone would actually show up to someone else's home, tell them to be quiet, butt out, and not be worried about what's going on. Just insane. And she immediately said, I knew they were not the people I wanted to work with. So I show up on the job site the very next day. She's stressed out. She's really worried about what's going on. Her Christmas tree's in the living room covered with smoke and soot and rakes. And she's already not trusting the professional coming in to restore her home because she was just told by the so-called professional the day before to be quiet and butt out. So when I walked, and I didn't know any of this, you guys, when I walked up, shook her hand and said, how are you doing? So I had already set a precedent that I was very different than these other people because they certainly didn't do that. And I certainly didn't tell her to shut up. In fact, I asked her to talk. And then I was quiet while I listened to her talk and had her walk me through the entire house, show me everything, tell me how she felt about everything. I asked her the 5 things, all of that, and wanted to know, I let her tell me what she wanted from me. And in doing so, she immediately now feels like she can trust me, she definitely likes me, and she also knows a lot about me in my silence. So now she knows, likes, and trusts me, and she feels very confident with me. So within 2 hours, this lady hands me the key to her house, gives me a hug, like incredible, huge hug, and said, I'm so happy I met you. And that's it. You know, really the rest of this is going to be just beautiful, the rest of this job, because of that. And most importantly, I just gave her so much tremendous value up front, made that connection with her. She knows, likes, and trusts me, and now the rest of this job is just going to go amazing. And she's going to have a really great experience out of this, even though it's something that's, you know, pretty awful and not something that we want to go through. She didn't decide to wake up and go, oh yeah, I'm going to call Mobile Clean to clean up this fire mess in my house. But again, I'm going to turn this into a good experience for her. So I'm just really excited. It's late, I'm tired, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not rambling and I'm making sense, but I'm just really passionate about what this side of our client experience. So I wanted to share this with you. And I would really, really love to hear from you guys. What do you do to connect with your clients? What neat experience have you had when you have been working on building that connection and relationship with your client? What do you do to reach out and let someone know, like, and trust you within the first 20 minutes of meeting you? I would really love to hear your input and ideas. If you liked the video, let me know. If you had any aha moments about anything that I shared, I'd love to hear that feedback. So go ahead and comment below, that would be great. Or private email me, anisa@firehouseeducation.com. And I just want you to go out and create great connections and give your clients a really wow experience. We don't have enough of that in this world. So when you have those moments, they just really stick with you. So it's been a good day, and I'm going to do a lot more videos in the next upcoming days as I'm working on this job so that I can share different things with you guys. And I really think this is going to be a really cool experience. You know, the neat part is it isn't just for the client. I always get a charge out of this, and I always learn something every single time I work with a client. So anyway, I'm tired. My grandson's wanting me to go play with him. He's here visiting for Christmas, and I got to get him to bed. And I'm going to go and get some rest myself. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know about your experiences.